Hello, Annie. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you, Felipe?
Very good. Very happy to see you.
Yeah, we are too. We're excited. Where's our team?
Well, I will tell a little bit about the history of how this project came to life. Well, as you may know, the SETI Institute is a very renowned scientific research institute worldwide, and it was founded around 40 years ago by Dr. Carl Sagan, who is, of course, well, he's already dead, but was very, very known for this series called Cosmos. And I mean, some of the younger people may not know who Carl Sagan was, but besides being one of the main astrophysicists in history, he had this amazing TV series called Cosmos, where he was explaining like these very, very complex concepts about astrophysics and about the origin of life and the origin of the universe and the future of space research, etc. And but it was explained in a way that everybody could understand it. I have a very nice memory of that because when I was a little kid, my father was very fanatic of that program, and he would sit me and my brothers to watch it. And I remember I was already fascinated by the concept of space and the concept of space exploration. And well, then many years later, of course, I heard about the SETI Institute, and then I also watched this wonderful movie called Contact, with Jodie Foster, this movie from the 90s. That I don't know if you knew this fact, Annie, that the character of Dr. Ellie Arroway, the one that is played by Jodie Foster in the movie, is based on Jill Tarter,
Yes.
who is the co-founder of the SETI Institute, together with Carl Sagan, and who I have the honor, because I cannot find another word, I have the great honor of collaborating with her as my direct partner for creating this project. So this is different because in most of the projects of music sent into space, there is always a curatorial work of experts in music that say, okay, we have to send the Fifth Symphony of Beethoven or the Ninth Symphony of Beethoven, or I don't know, the Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band album by the Beatles, or, you know, the most representative music of humankind, which I think is fantastic. I completely agree with that vision, but I wanted to make something that everybody could participate and that it wouldn't necessarily be the greatest composers of humanity, you know, like Beethoven or the Beatles, but like, you know, just the guy in the corner of your house could be part of it, even if he or she is not a super composer or the best singer or a super pop star, you know. What is the best way to begin? Because yes, this is about music, but not everybody's a musician, and even less professional musicians. We are a very small percentage of the world population. So I thought that the best way to do it was via the human voice, because most of the human beings, except for the people that may have an impossibility in their vocal cords, we can sing, you know. I'm myself, we are aiming to invite everybody in the world to record their singing voice in songs and melodies that would represent them as human beings. What do you like? Who are you? What are your traditions? What is your culture? What is your context? Where do you live? It doesn't necessarily have to be of the place where you were born, because maybe you were taken somewhere else at 5 years old or at 15, or you moved when you were older. But what is the music that represents you as a human being? And then I'm gonna take all those recordings and I'm gonna put them together in one single piece. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna use the recordings in their entirety. Maybe I'm gonna take just a couple of samples from me recording, because otherwise it would be an endless task. But then create a piece that would be like a gigantic virtual choir of humans interacting within each other. And that gigantic choir will be sent to our other partner in the United States, which is the Arc Mission Foundation, which they are going to put it in a nickel disc. And this disc will be sent into several places in our solar system. But so far, we are invited, and it's a fact that it's going to be set on the surface of the moon sometime next year. We haven't got the proper date because hopefully the first one of many, many missions that we are aiming to have with the Arc Mission Foundation and with the SETI Institute, hoping that this project will last for many, many years and we'll be able to send human experiences through sound to different points of our solar system. And who knows, maybe in 100 years, I'm not going to be here anymore, but hopefully the project will continue and they will be able to launch it. And the idea is, well, my first vision, and fortunately I'm this close to make it happen, is to make humanity unite, even if it's a 0.0001% of humanity, but to make people from different countries to get together and create one single message of who we are as a species. And this message is completely independent of your country, your race, your gender, your sexual preferences, your religious beliefs, your political beliefs. It's not about that. This is not about our differences, which are great because also those differences makes us who we are. But this is about, let's put them apart for 30 seconds and I'm gonna record my voice to become part of something that is much bigger. So yeah, basically that's about it.
Felipe, this is such an extraordinary project and vision. And I actually wasn't clear until now about what you're going to do to create one great piece, unifying all these voices. That is an enormous undertaking. And I'm very, very curious how this is going to come out with all these amazing tunings and voices and qualities. It will be very fascinating.
But then she told me, what is very important about your project is the unity of the message, of thousands of people singing together, you know, to say, okay, listen, this is who we are, and this is how we express ourselves through sound, so through our voices. And yeah, you know, she told me she's an incredible woman, very, very wise, incredibly intelligent. And of course, I took into consideration her comment, but the fact is that I understood it like 2 years later. You know, one day I said like, right, of course. The important thing is the message. Then we'll see who will listen to it and to whom we're gonna send it. But now the important thing is to create the message. And I'm very excited to say that we are this close to make it happen.